Hey there YouTube, Critch here, welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Monster Hunter Generations. In this episode we're gonna carry on with our gathering spree, go over the weapon upgrade system, and in general just try and make some progress through the introductory / tutorial quests. Okay, well, first order of business is that we need to buy some... this is where you buy armor. For your cats, anyway. You should be... No, you're the one you buy armor from. And the store is over here. I thought everything was on sale then. No, that's what we'll just do. We're gonna grab 5 iron pickaxes and 5 bug nets, because in the quest they already give you old ones, and those pretty much always break before you get the quest items, so you'd need to end up crafting your own, which isn't too hard, but it's time consuming. So just grab your own pickaxes and you are good to go. I apologize if any unexpected background noise appears. In the summer, people tend to just go outside and be very noisy, so I can't really control her. It tends to just happen whenever they feel like it, so for now, I'll just have to suck it up if it happens. And also, annoyingly, a recent trend that appears to have come around this area is, like, before I went to uni, there was like only one guy who lived way up the road who used to like be a car freak, I guess. He'd like just literally sit on his drive and rev his car without even like, he didn't even have the hood open or anything, so he wasn't working on it, he was just literally just revving it for the sake of revving it. But it seems like people have also picked up on this and now do it themselves. So if you hear a random car revving, then apologies, but I cannot control the neighbors' hobbies. So all this iron ore and earth crystals we're getting here are going to be very important for upgrading our weapon. We actually have all the dragon amber pieces, so just to keep this episode quick, I'm going to quickly go hand in and get onto the bug quest. But I should have enough to actually level up the sword now. As I was explaining in yesterday's episode, you level up a weapon by basically... You basically just craft the upgrade to the weapon. Sometimes all it needs is a value of 4 of ores, sometimes it needs very specific stuff. But I believe all the star weapons just need ores, so we should be good. Apologies if I didn't mute in time, I forgot which button was the mute button on my keyboard. And I don't have a mute button on my mic anymore because my Blue Yeti, well, didn't really die, it just kind of just stopped working properly and started sounding like terrible. And basically what the issue was is that it stopped showing up as a Blue Yeti, it just started showing up as a generic microphone, which means none of the controls on the actual device itself were working. The mute button didn't do anything, the gain didn't do anything, the playback through the headset didn't do anything from the mic. Basically, like, all the firmware just died, got corrupted, I assume, and yeah, Blue don't offer a download to actually flash the microphone back to a working state, so I had to send it back. And now I have a Rode NT USB, which has less controls, but I've just adjusted more on the software side to make up for that. Hopefully it sounds good. Hopefully it was worth the it actually cost more. Like, it offers less, but it cost more than the Blue Yeti. The Blue Yeti was actually the cheapest of all of the like all-in-one USB condenser microphones, which I'm starting to understand, seeing as it's the one that keeps, well, let's put it this way: when you search up for Microphone Blue Yeti review, you end up with all the reviews where websites get sent it, they plug it in, they test the quality, package it up and send it back to Blue. They don't really have any time to run into problems apart from setup. But when it's plug and play, there's not usually any problems with setup. Oh yeah, it's bugs I need to catch this time. So there's not usually many problems with setup, so they don't run into these issues. But I googled the specific issue I had and found that it dated all the way back to like 2011 and 2012. So it's been an ongoing issue for a while. It seems like Blue don't care to fix it. They don't care to post a workaround. If they literally just uploaded the firmware online and allowed people to flash it via using data transfer on USB, then that would solve the problem pretty much immediately. I would have literally just flashed it and kept on using my Blue Yeti, because apart from that one tiny issue, the Blue Yeti was a brilliant mic. But now getting used to the Rode, which came with, like, in order to attach it to a microphone stand, it came with like this little bracket thing, which is made out of this really weak plastic that seems to, like, just from me moving the mic back and forth on the arm, appears to have already gained some wear and tear and like some tension marks, I guess. Like, black plastic, if you put any tension on it, will gain white marks to show where the tension is. And this mic already has those white marks on it. Well, not the mic, just the little plastic thing it uses to attach to mic stands. Which is unfortunate, but even if it breaks, I imagine Rode would sell another one of those to replace it. Okay, we need one more moth. So these cats aren't going to gather too much until they get to level 5. So once we start hunting some monsters, they'll level up quicker. Ah, there's a bug spot. And I remember their name now, it's the Macaw. I completely blanked on that yesterday. There we go, got all the moths. And got a thunderbug. I have memories of needing a lot of those thunderbugs in Freedom Unite, but that was probably because one of the first longsword lines I made in my Let's Play was the Eager Cleaver, and god did the Eager Cleaver need a lot of farming. You needed to get the Iron Katana Gospel, which basically meant farming like 50 iron ore, 30 macrolite, and 30 earth crystals, or something ridiculous like that. I think it was actually 15 macrolite ore, not 30, but a lot of ores and a lot of ones that are kind of hard to get. Then you needed even more earth crystals or macrolite. I can't remember exactly which, for the Eager Cleaver, along with the drop from Kezu. Now, great sword to get that early on. It was really powerful, really strong, but goddamn did it take a lot of effort to get. Especially for a sword that you can't upgrade until high rank, I'm pretty sure. But for now, quest complete. Gonna keep moving through these quests as quickly as I can to get all the way to the next. I want to get to the next level as quickly as I can, because I want to actually start hunting some monsters instead of just running around farming. Oh, nice. Carpenter bugs seem to be more common in this game, but I'm not sure if that's just because these new zones have more carpenter bugs. Because back in the old games, you'd need a lot of carpenter bugs. Like, I would groan about needing 8 carpenter bugs because of how much of a pain they were to get. But in this game, they don't seem to be a pain at all. Okay, so we're going to go upgrade equipment. We're going to upgrade our longsword. And here you see unlocked to level 2. So we're going to level up our sword. We need 4. So I'm going to give it 1 earth crystal and 2 iron ore. That will give us plus 20 to our attack. So we now have 33% more attack. And now we can see what the first upgrade is, which is... Can you actually see... Oh, yeah, you do. No. Oh, you see the upgrade on the bottom screen now. Wow, that's tiny on my main screen. But yeah, so now you can see that that's level 2. You've got the Ivory Rabbit unlocked, which I'm not sure if I'm gonna... go for, maybe. But here we actually need ore plus shiny beetles. So I will at some point gather shiny beetles. I can't remember where to get them. I read it up somewhere when I was reading through some forum stuff. Oh, okay. Let's get the Kelby horns out the way. This might take ages. I ran into an issue with the Kelbys when I was using my bow. I'd kill them at critical range, and by the time I put my bow away, run over to their body and carve them, the carve would like fail and say you couldn't carve anything off because they appear to have made Kelbys run away quicker after being knocked out, which is unfortunate because if they've made it too much quicker to the point where you actually can't carve them consistently, then it makes the gathering of Kelby horns and warm pelts a lot harder. But yeah, I believe there should be quite a few in Area 2 and Area 6. And apologies for my sounding like I've got a stuffy nose. I actually do have a stuffy nose, and that would be simply because hay fever. And we live right next to a green that the council, instead of fixing our drainage system, just cuts our green weekly, which seems completely overkill. But yes, that's what happens, and it's unfortunate. Okay, we got 1 horn. Warm pelt. Well, if I need to create the leather gear for gathering, which I most likely will, we're going to need the warm pelts, so those are always welcome. And apologies once again for my voice. Okay, we just have dinosaurs in Area 6, so we shall leave those alone. May as well grab some honey, because you can never have enough honey. Even if they do throw like 130 at you to starve. Could have swore there were Kelby in this area. It's always worth getting into the habit of just gathering as you go around. Because what it ends up doing is all the gathering kind of just builds itself into your normal hunting, and you don't end up with just having to do those stints of farming ores and farming, well, generally everything for like I don't know, like an hour at a time, because farming ore for an hour becomes quite tedious, whereas if you just do it a bit here and there while you're running through zones chasing a monster, then it becomes a lot easier. And also, it's always a nice surprise when you just see you can craft a weapon, or you can upgrade a weapon that you just crafted straight away. And especially with the new level up system where you need like ores or insects to do the level ups, I can see a lot of, how do I put this? I can see a lot of ore and bugs and stuff being required as people level up their gear. And also getting the account items early on isn't a bad thing. You're going to need the Lyceum points, you're going to need the Zenny. So it's all good. So it appears that when you're meleeing Kelby, you have absolutely no worries about carving them in time. It's just when you kill them with a bow now. So I probably shouldn't have swapped to aerial style so quick, but once we get to some monsters, I want to actually try out melee style as in aerial style as in melee. As a bow user, actually adds a lot of, like, a lot more get out of jail free cards, I guess, because, for example, if a monster decides to sit on top of you, you can actually just jump over them and even land in some shots while doing it instead of having to run all the way around slowly with your weapon drawn. So it's very useful style, one I quite like. And for those wondering, when you're up in the air with your bow, pressing X shoots forward at like a downwards angle, whereas pressing circle, A even, pressing A shoots directly down. Wow, what the no, I'm gonna lose a carve because of that. The hell? Fucking Kelby. But yeah, see, if anything knocks you when you're trying to carve them, then you won't be able to get the carve because of the shorter time to carve them. Okay, well that's the 3 Kelby horns, I believe. So, yep, that's 3 Kelby horns. Let's go ahead in. And when I did this, actually on my main character, I didn't get any Kelby horns in the reward. So I think they're trying to avoid the World on Stake quest. I wouldn't say an issue, but the little thing we abused in 4th gen to cycle very quickly using the World on Stake quest, where you handed them World on Stake and they gave you one back. Because the quest idea was just supposed to be, oh, you just need to show us that you've made a World on Stake, you don't actually need to, you know, give it up. But alas, what ended up happening was it got abused later on in the game. And just liver the white liver. It's only one white liver, and it's going to be taken off us as an account item anyway. So we may as well get the subquest complete. So that's, I believe there's only one gathering quest left, which is the mushroom one. So we should be able to get that done fairly quickly. Hopefully. Hopefully we can get it done fairly quickly. Also, if anyone's looking to like power level their cats, I recommend doing the gathering hall stuff with a friend. And the cat that comes with you will literally like my cat went from level 1 to level 3 off of fighting I believe it was a cuckoo, maybe? I think it might have been a cuckoo. But it went from level 1 to level 3. So, I had nearly 1,000 Zenny. First gathering cat is level 2, so it's going to take quite a while to... Well, it's going to take quite a while to get them up to level 5, but we'll get there. Okay, we need to deliver abyssal mushrooms. Deliver 5 of them. Oh, where's my item pouch? Not too bad. I'll have to empty it before I do the Macau quest, but I'll do that between episodes, so it won't be a big deal. And as for Fungal Hunt, I have not done this quest before, so I have no idea if something shows up. I have no idea if the... Actually, I have no idea what the mushrooms are. I'm gonna guess down in like area 9, 10, 11. Because that's where I've seen the most mushrooms, so I'm gonna beeline straight for there. So what might end up happening is, as I work through these quests, I'll probably... Oh yeah, I still need to actually get those bugs that my sword needs to upgrade. I don't know where to get them, because you know, they're new. Some new stuff has been added to each of the maps, and I do not know where all this new stuff is. But because of it, I'm going to basically be gathering every bug spot I see. Until my bug nets will break, which is, I've only got one left, so that could happen quite quickly. And this is a mushroom, I think. Not the mushrooms we're looking for, so maybe those mushrooms are. Maybe those mushrooms are in area 9, 10, 11. So something I actually found kind of weird is the area 10, that normally those arrows are like a large drop that you have to fall down in order to get to the next area. But in area 10 you actually have to climb up. So I'm really confused why you can't jump down from 3 to 10. Unless they just made the distance so high that it's literally infeasible. Ah, these aren't mushrooms. Oh, I should have gathered from that bug spot. Different areas and different maps tend to give different items from their gather points. So, like, for example, in the Snowy Hills in Generation 2, in Area 3 there was a mining point that could give you Mechalite ore. And that gave me 4. Is there another mushroom spot around here? Oh no, but there is a bug spot. Thunderbug seems to be the rarer bug of this area. So I might have to actually go to a... different map in order to get the one I need for the upgrades. Here's another mushroom. Okay, so I'm actually going to kill and carve these quick. Gonna make the episode go over 25 minutes again, but as long as I stay to roughly 25 minutes, I believe that's a good time. So, I've heard about the armor that Gaijin Hunter, I guess, took credit for, although it was going around for ages, and I don't know if I'm going to bother going for it. It's a low rank set, so it seems like, and if it's going to take quite a bit of time just to get a low rank set, then it doesn't seem worth it. You don't really need it. You may as well just get on with the hunts as quickly as you can, get into high rank and make a good high rank set. But attack up large early in the game, like he said, it's pretty much at the start of the game because of the amount of stuff the Gathering Hall, or the Hunter's Hub as it's now called, offers you straight at the start. It allows you to gather everything you need, including mate seeds, which I might be using the Hunter's Hub. Actually, even if this is a single player anyone, I'm probably going to use the Hunter's Hub to do the Harvest Tours, because there's a lot of maps on offer, and gathering quite a bit of stuff is fairly useful. So, it's known as the Buja Buja Boo armor, and I don't know. I've basically seen Twitch chat spam it on Twitch saying, "Oh, are you gonna go with Buja Buja Boo because like it's amazing and Gaijin Hunter say it's good," and then like, I've seen Twitch streamers go, "Nah, I don't want to make an armor just because it's good at low rank," and I don't want to make an armor just because it's got a good skill at low rank. I just want to like see what the armors are, which I can see both points, and I've noticed actually quite a bit of people think that only the good hunters copy YouTube videos. Well, from my experience, the good hunters are the ones making the sets, not copying them. So, the ones that take a set and figure out a way of making it have one extra super strong ability, those are the good hunters. But, whichever way, I don't know if I'm gonna use it. If it was like... Well, here's the thing. Here's what I did in Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate to make my Attack Up XL bow set really early on in the game. I literally hunted everything I knew that gave Attack Up at that point in the game, and I just went through them all. I picked the highest one from each category, and I managed to get it to Attack Up XL as soon as I was able to fight Raytheon. So, pretty early in the game, and apologies for the ice cream man, he's a bit early. Normally he comes around a bit later. But anyway, that's it for this episode, and hopefully you enjoyed it. I know I've been enjoying this game a lot, and there should be another episode coming straight at you tomorrow. See you all then, and have a good day.